Welcome, my twin souls, twin flames, soulmates. Welcome. I am virtuosathegoddess for those that are new to my channel. And I am so very honored to do a twin flame, twin soul, soul flame, soulmate reading. Whatever title you like to put on it, I just like to say that up in the heavenly realms, they don't have the titles that we have down here on the third dimension. Those are not important. If you were created with a twin soul, then that's what you are. You are soul mates, soul flames. You have to excuse my voice. I have a bit of allergies or a cold. I think one of my babies at work gave this to me, but I will take it and I will transmute it. I will take it from them and transmute it. Thankfully, I don't feel sick, but it's just the rhinovirus. It's in the nose. But anyways, welcome. I hope you've all had happy holidays. For you all that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, or Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year for those that celebrate the New Year. And the rest of the religions, I want to acknowledge all of you. So I'll just say happy holidays. Yay for whoever. Anyways, I already pulled the overall energy for the divine counterparts. For divine feminine. What's up, divine feminines? We have temperance. Divine feminine, you have been working and doing your thing in the fifth dimension as well as in the third dimension. You got one wing up, one wing down, 10 toes down, wing on each foot. Yay, with the divine sun, light energy shining behind you. Divine feminine, you also the Fool wanted to come out for divine feminine, but in my deck, in this deck, for this that I use for the overall energy, which is the Egyptian tarot deck, the Fool isn't a very positive card. It wanted to pop out, so I wanted to say that normally in the traditional deck, the Fool means carefree, faith in the future, embracing the new beginning. But in this deck, it's stating that the divine feminine, you may need to use your judgment and to attach more and align more with the divine during meditation as to get proper guidance as this new cycle, which brings me to this next card as this new cycle begins, because here we have the wheel. And the wheel of fortune is turning. Means a new cycle is upon us. That means we are now meeting chance. It's a number 10 card, which is completion, which would support that Fool energy. Reoccurring events, chances to the opportunity to correct any past mistakes. It is meeting your destiny, divine feminine and divine masculine. And it's having a divine on your side, but that wheel does turn. There's good and there's bad on that wheel. If you can see, good and bad on the wheel. So, embracing what the divine has and what he has for us in this new cycle. And the divine masculine, we have the hangman. And the hangman is receiving enlightenment. He is being suspended in time because there are some things that he needs to surrender at this time. This is the final part of his difficult cycle, He's been self-sacrificing himself. He's needing to change his perspective on this new transitional period that we're going through is what's happening with the divine masculine. And I pulled some tarot cards by John Holland, Psychic Tarot, to clarify each of these cards. Before we clarify, I just want to ask that the Divine please use me as a vessel. Divine Mother and Father, I just want to ask that you give us some messages that will comfort us and help direct us towards grace and unconditional love throughout this new cycle. I also want to acknowledge the first twin flames that were manifested here on earth from the divine, Aset and Asar, and the product of that union is Haru, which is the Holy Trinity, because when you find the three, you find the one, because one is of the three and three is of the one, which is the divine. I also want to acknowledge my ancestors that serve my highest good. I'm sitting here looking at the altar right now. Come and give us guidance, give me guidance during this new cycle. Also, any way showers and ascended masters. You're welcome to help us, all of the counterparts throughout our soul's journey. And the elementals, all the elements are present. We have the water, the fire, the earth. I have the plant element here beside me. And with that, let's get started on clarifying the temperance card. So for the divine feminine, let's see. We have, so clarifying the temperance card for the divine feminine, we have Four of Pentacles, which is the firm foundation in this deck. It's usually holding on too tight to things. It's also stabilizing energy as well. Divine Feminine, you are well supported financially, which is a good thing. You'll benefit from not holding on too tightly during this cycle. Don't hold on to anything, what you thought was, what you think is going to be. Allow the divine to come in and make the certain necessary changes for this cycle, because this is where the magic begins. We're heading into 2020, which is what I stated in the last video, which is clear vision, 2020 vision. Having that, knowing where you're going, just understand what you really want for your life so that you can head towards it on your clear path. I know that didn't make any sense. I had a little bit of an interruption. But 2020 is having that clear vision of knowing exactly how to set up your stable, firm foundation. The next card out for Divine Feminine is Solitude, which is number 9, which is, I want to say that's the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is actually spending time in solitude. That's going to back up that fool that wanted to pop out. Separating yourself from your material goods and spiritually searching and reflecting and getting those answers within and receiving your spiritual enlightenment. You see she's holding a book with that pillar of light behind her. And that's the number 9. That's rebirthing yourself with strong spiritual foundation. That's going to help support that firm foundation. And also here we have the wheel, and that would help complete your cycle, Divine Feminine, or our cycle. This is where they say luck meets destiny. This is where chance meets destiny, being open to where the divine sends you. So this goes from the 9 to the 10. So yeah, Divine Feminine advice: don't hold on too tightly to anything. Go within. In solitude, spend a lot of time. Don't think about your material wealth because you're supported financially already, and going within and completing this cycle successfully. So let's ask about the wheel. I asked as I pulled the cards. Here we are, High Priestess. This is also going within, and this is 3 major arcanas that we have down here. Starting out, holding sacred knowledge. So divine feminine and divine masculine right now hold the keys to the sacred knowledge. We're being given the sacred knowledge. It is the middle ground between material and spiritual world. It's going behind the veil to see what's behind this door with your third eye. See, her eyes are closed as she stares out into the unknown. Each cycle represents the unknown. So not really knowing what's going to happen during this cycle, we must go within. And there will be some financial and material changes. 5 represents change. That is the 5 of Pentacles. Some people say that's being left out in the cold. However, the changes that are being made are for your highest good. It has nothing to do with material wealth. The 5 of Pentacles is really not being loyal to yourself. And they say it's a setback in finances, but if you're being guided to where you need to be, sometimes the divine has to kind of shake your pockets to make you move to where you need to go to. So there may be some material changes ahead during this cycle, but don't fret because that wheel turns. It keeps turning. And then there's recognition and reward. So it's the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is enjoying what you do. So I see this to mean even if there are some financial changes or some ups and downs, just enjoy what you do, because being in a higher vibration will bring in more pentacles and help you stay stable. Staying focused and staying on the right track. Don't worry about, just do the best that you can. Don't worry about any of the changes that are happening around you, because you're going within. So you know that the spiritual outweighs the physical world all day long. And these 3 cards, between the connecting energies, it adds up to be a 10. The 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10. So divine masculine with the hangman is clarified with the 7 of cups, meaning he needs to choose wisely. So he's in hangman position so that he can make the right choices, one that will lead him towards his divine feminine. As you see, that bird is following that bird, divine feminine. When you go within, you're leading the masculine spiritually, and he's following behind you, which will give him the power that he needs, which is the number 8 card. And that strength in the traditional deck leads him to tame his beast, tame his inner his lower self into his higher self, integrating those two, telling the ego to please take a back seat, letting his higher self have the power. The strength in the traditional deck represents the divine masculine actually having endurance. He's having endurance to overcome things and to have the courage and the passion. And this card also says that he will win the battle of evil with his mind. He has triumphed over his major life's obstacles, and he has conquered his lower self, to bring him to the Lover's card, which is affectionate new beginnings of this new connection. So he is being tested, and trials are happening to him to bring him to this point of harmony, which is a number 6, which is having that connection here in the physical 3rd dimension. And I want to clarify that material changes, because I don't want that to bother anybody. It doesn't bother me because I know how to budget, and I've been without and I've been with, and right now, you know, I don't really focus on it, but I want to clarify the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's clarified with sacrifice, the number 12, another major arcana. So that's the divine saying, don't worry. Keep your heart chakra open. Heart chakra has something to do with money, which is number 4, which is foundational. So both of those came out together. And 12 plus 4 is 7. So that's divine's doing if you happen to experience that. The number 12 card, and that is the hangman also. So this is the final part of difficulty. So this is a transitional period. So hold on, keep your heart chakra open. And those pentacles will continue to flow in. Just allow the divine. And judgment was on the bottom of this deck. Here, as I, pull the cards, judgment. So during this judgment period, this is where everyone is having the moral awakenings. Test time. This is fulfillment of prophecy. This is the slow change. I was anxious to see what the eclipse energies brought in. It was a partial eclipse. We have another eclipse on January the 11th. The other one was on December 26th. So I will be doing a reading before then so that we can prepare ourselves for the next eclipse, January the 11th, around noon Eastern Standard Time. I want to pull some Moonology cards. So Divine, please give us some oracle. This is Moonology by Yasmin Boland. See, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So we're coming into Capricorn, a new moon in Capricorn. So by the next full moon, this cycle should be wrapped up. I mean, I can't even make this up. This is awesome. We're in Capricorn season. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So, I mean, if you're like me, I haven't had overflowing in finances. So maybe that is why during this cycle that we're in was wrapping up. And let's get 2 more Moonology cards. What do you need to release during the waning moon? I think we're waxing. But what do you need to release? Go ahead and release it now. I know I need to release attachments to thinking of the past. Energies. You can't allow new energy to come in when you're holding on to the past. So I need to release old energies. And I have been working towards that. I'm getting better at it. Let's pull another card. Ooh, that one just popped out. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So work through your fears, the things that are hidden. The moon, I did see the moon as I was shuffling this deck as well. So moving through your fears, work through them. Replace your fear with love. This heart chakra card. Work on your heart chakra. Keeping your heart chakra open. And I have a brand new deck. This is Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And these were the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. I mean, just check out the sacred geometry on them and the roses and the pink. I love the pink. So let's see what this oracle deck has to say. All right. So I think pretty much what's happening between the divine masculine and divine feminine is right now we're wrapping up a cycle. We're completing that cycle and getting ready to begin a new cycle. And do I see union energies? No, but I feel the union in the air. Ooh, Akasha. The goddess Akasha, or your Akashic records, which holds is the library of all your past lives and your past gifts. Your guidance is divinely guided with Akasha. This is a beautiful card. And what you can do is when you're in your meditation, go to a library. You know, go to a library in your mind and open up a book. And you don't have to see the words, but just gather whatever you see. And when you come out of meditation, whatever was in that book, which would be from your previous life, your soul would have recorded that information. So that's digging into your Akashic records. So right now, during dream time or your dream space, when you are traveling, when you're astral traveling, which if you don't know that you are, if you don't remember your dreams, you are astral traveling. And so you're being divinely guided right now. And then also we have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So help divine feminine, help divine masculine. And this is a beautiful card. Look at this card. It has the two twin souls here. It has a big portal and a pyramid up there. So divine feminine, you're called to be the high priestess right now, to step up and lead. Oh, and then we have initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Do you see all this darkness? This is the cycle we're in, being separated from your divine counterpart, and then going through that portal is light and beautiful. See the thunder like the tower? So right now you're being initiated. So if you find any difficulty in your life or anything happening that's difficult, then it's an initiation. So please pass the test so you don't have to repeat it. Keep your cool, keep your heart chakra open while you're being tested. Be patient for your divine masculine, because this is a life, and his soul and our souls all signed up for this to go to Earth School. And we signed up to help others on planet Earth work through their problems. And how can we do that as light workers, star seeds, soul flames, soulmates, soul flames, if we have not gone through any tests or trials? It's easy for people who've had everything handed to them to sit on a throne and say, oh, well, do this and do that. But I know most of the twin souls have gone through the worst in life to be able to help others through those tests and trials, because we can say that we've been there. I know I've gone through, I've died a couple times, come back, abused. We've had it all happen. So we can counsel and help people through any and everything. And I know I've taken the hard road in life. And I saw it all like, hey, just another page for the book. And then we have break the chains, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So most of us, or all of us, soul flames, twin flames, soulmates, are working through ancestral lineage. We're healing things through our ancestral lines, rewriting the future for the next generation. Because as we work through stuff, according to epigenetics, scientifically, not even just spiritually, we are, whatever we heal will be healed for the next generation. So healing this lack mentality, the poverty, breaking the chain from, conditional love into unconditional love, and understanding and transmuting darkness into light is what we are here to do. So break the chains. Break those chains, not just for you, but for everyone. For ancestors, because one day we'll be ancestors. And so dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So dance. Divine feminine in the morning before you go to work. Dance, listen to some music that you like, or before you go and pick up the kids, or when you're in the bathroom out of the shower, listen to some music. Enjoy every moment that you have. And inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart that goes with that heart chakra card. Open up your heart chakra during meditation. And trust that niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That little nudge. And so lastly, let's pull some romance angel cards. Ooh. So pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So divine feminine, during your initiation, there may be something that's going to tempt you. It may be someone else divine masculine. I know a lot of other divine masculines have been tempting me and trying to come forward. I just give them the knowledge, and I give them the message that the divine send me to tell them, and they try to push past that, and I just direct them right back to the knowledge. So pay attention to the red flags. Be very aware during this cycle, and keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, so keep an open mind. Let go of any past energies. I met a divine feminine who was saying her soulmate was something like he had these imperfections that she wasn't used to, but I told her, I advised her that we all have flaws. He had everything else. You know, he has the house, the dog, the white picket fence, all paid for. I was like, he may differ from your usual type, but accept him as yours, because she was divinely guided to him. So, although and give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Keep it whole, keep it holistic, keep it balanced, keep your heart chakra open. So let's see, do we have any messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine who is watching, or who is probably watching? Divine masculine's higher self, tell the divine feminine's higher self a message. Ooh, he's returning to your life. Someone from your past is returning. He wants to reconcile. He wants a reconciliation. He knows that his cycle with whatever he's been dealing with, he's let go. I know in the astral realm, my divine masculine was wrapping up a karmic cycle, and he's been sending me messages in 5D through music and other things ever since, and I felt him very strongly. So they are ready to return. Now, how long this cycle would take, according to this card, it approaches end of a tough cycle. Anything else you want to tell the divine feminine? Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So although this cycle may be difficult, take these steps that you're guided to take so that you don't cause delays. And open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, which is love. It's safe for you to love. And he also wants you to let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold. Because the more that you can try to control it, the less the divine can work in this partnership. And yes, this is your soulmate. Who you have in mind, it is your soulmate. And trust, the situation is calling for you to have faith. So divine feminine, what do you want to tell divine masculine? What do divine feminines want to tell divine masculines? We should have told them to watch out for the red flags. As he reveals his innermost self, our bond would deepen. And that's true. Because most of the divine masculines show their ego self to the karmics, because they feed those karmics. The karmics feed his ego. So he doesn't reveal. He's not used to revealing himself, being vulnerable. But with his divine feminine, he's going to have to be vulnerable. Let's pull one more card for a message for a divine masculine if he's watching. So your love life is being affected by children. So divine feminine may want you to know, divine masculine, that she is caring for her children. So a lot of her attention is going there. He understands that your children is also his children, or you may have children together. So that is the conclusion of this reading, and thank you so much. Pay attention. I always tell you guys this, pay attention to your dream time, dream space is where a lot of your messages will come in. Divine masculine, higher self knows how to communicate with your higher self. So pay attention. Your dreams are real. Regardless of what someone says, they're usually not even symbolic. And be playful this week. to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. Have some fun. Enjoy the holidays. Trust me, your divine counterpart feels when you are in a high vibration and when you are out having fun. That brings joy to his or her heart. And I just want to say I hope you all have a happy new year and many blessings to all of you. And please, if you enjoyed this, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. And if you need to send me a message, I love messages. And I love the personal messages. Send it to virtuosathegoddess@gmail.com. And if it takes me a minute to respond to a comment, please forgive me because I turn my phone off at work and my work is so demanding that I don't get a chance to always look at it. But as soon as I see it, I do respond, and I do appreciate any comment, any emoji. Thank you all so much. It's an honor to be here to serve you guys. And I love you all. And thank you for coming to my portal of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah.